What up, everybody? Welcome back to the Rob Yanders Better Vibin. I'm here in my office. Normally we do it on the basketball floor, but today we're doing it in my office. Wanted everybody to have a look at my office. I got a nice space up here, a real good basketball atmosphere. And today I brought in the basketball movement writer, editor, Wil Harrington. He's my guy behind the scenes. That takes my mind and put it all on pen and paper, put it together with pen and paper, and help us look good here at the basketball movement. Wil, I want to thank you for coming in. I know you got some questions for me.
Yep.
You've been asking me, while writing, have I had any new ideas or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
And well, I do. And you've been watching it, and you've been seeing it. What do those questions look like for you?
You know that one of the main things we do, I like to pick your brain so I can let the people know what you're thinking, kind of the mastermind of this whole basketball movement operation. So I know you've been posting some stuff on your Instagram about the Rob Yanders evolution. So it's just kind of been a concept right now as far as people have seen, but just would like to hear from your mouth right now, what is the evolution?
Well, the evolution is really it's about making the basketball player evolve, not just on the court but off the court. It's an on court, off the court curriculum that I'm building, that I have built. I've been working on now for about 3-4 years. And it's been fun. It's been really, really fun discovering new things to offer players on the court and off the court. But I think it starts with just, like I've always said, the person is the player, and just, the athlete and the player growing together, the athlete and the person growing together as one, making sure each other, each facet, each situation, the player and the person is growing together, going in the right direction. So I have some curriculum that I'm building, and it's great. And it's going to be online here in the next couple of weeks. I'm excited to get it out to the people. I want to share it with the people. I want to share it with the basketball trainers. I want to share it with the basketball coaches. I just want everybody to get this because it's of value. It's of great value.
Gotcha. So yeah, I've seen a lot of what you've been saying about it. Sounds like there's a lot of layers to it. You mentioned something about, I don't know if this is more of just a background into the evolution, but you said something about a documentary kind of showing your evolution, where you come from. Is that what that's about, the documentary portion?
Well, yeah, I think coming out here later will be my documentary. The documentary will be how I evolved as a player, how I've evolved as a person, coming from the inner city of Milwaukee. The courses that I've taken on and off the court, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and what I've learned. And I think, the people should know. I think players need to know that, playing this game of basketball is a roller coaster, but not only is it the sport that you're heavily involved with, it's life that you're involved with too. And can you make the two coexist together? Like I said, the person is the player, but also can you focus and be the very best of yourself at both? Documentary coming out. It's gonna be dope. I've been putting some stuff out here and there, like some old highlights of my high school. I have some old highlights of my college experiences. I have some old highlights of my professional, me winning, 4 European championships. So we got a lot of fun to show. Yep.
Nice. Gotcha. And so, like as you already mentioned, another layer of this is, of course, the curriculum, which is kind of at the heart of all of this. But I know that you'd mentioned that there will be off-the-court curriculum as well as on-the-court curriculum. Can you tell me a little bit about the on-court curriculum at this time?
Yeah, I mean, it's basically, it's curriculum in game, translating our training into game situations. And so everything that I do in this curriculum is going to be able to be translated into a real game. So we go through different facets, offensively and defensively. We do, we go through ball screen actions. We go through motion cuts. We go through rebounding, boxing out, loose ball. I call it the Draymond Green defensive trace the ball drills. We got, the Kawhi Leonard defensive big step drills. I mean, we've got everything. Today, I put out the Isaac Haney with the Trae Young rep outs. And basically, the Trae Young rep outs is just a series of 3 reps of you going hard at something and then finishing at the basket, kind of having a stop and go situation like you do in basketball. Basketball is not just one speed; it's stop and go. It's the real deal. So, just putting kids in real game life situations on the court.
Gotcha. Okay, so can you tell me then a little more about the off-court portion of the curriculum?
Yeah, so I've built mini workshops, and with the mini workshops, I have a 6-week session of it, and coaches and trainers can use this curriculum with their players, male and female, and it's a good deal. I mean, it talks about your circles, having a sense of urgency, your identity, who are you, things like that, preparation, why do you play the game of basketball, and do you understand that it's important to understand why you play the game, basically. And so it's good curriculum. I don't want to give it all away, but I think it's worth it, and I think, like I said, I've been working on it for 3-4 years now, and I think it's valuable.
For sure. And I know you already mentioned, it's going to be geared toward coaches, trainers, but the other aspects about it, why you play this or that. So is it going to be geared towards players as well? Pretty much anyone around a basketball, or do you have a target in mind for that?
Well, just the basketball world, man. I think basketball is simple. I mean, if you play it, you play it the right way. If you teach it, you teach it the right way. I think it's just, I've always said this, that I think sport in particular, but basketball for me is the greatest metaphor for life. I think Kobe Bryant said that as well. And so, it's for the basketball person, whoever wants to be involved with the game. I think they can take away something for life.
Gotcha. And how are coaches, trainers, how are people going to get their hands on this curriculum once it is out there? Is that still kind of something you're planning on figuring out, or you kind of have an idea for that?
Yeah, well, I've been with my marketing team. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go online. I'm gonna have it as an app, and you can take it with you wherever you are, and you can go to work. And like I said, it's gonna be a great tool to assist you, not with just on the court, but off the court and in your everyday life.
Sounds like you've already got a lot of this planned out pretty well. So what is the next phase of evolution for Robert Yanders, would you say?
Well, I think just basically, the one thing I want to talk about is just, the Rob Yanders two-wheel total player approach. And I call that the reawakening of the fundamentals. And I think that sometimes we forget about the little things, the basics, the simple things. And what I did with the Rob Yanders two-wheel total player approach is I have 3 phases. I have training wheels, I have without training wheels, and then I have ride to explore. Okay, and training wheels, everybody in the world can identify with training wheels. I mean, training wheels that's the beginning of something, right? And it's gonna be rocky. You got to get your balance. You got to learn. You got to get there, right? And then you start riding that bike without training wheels, and now you're flowing. And once you're flowing, you can't get complacent. Now you got to up your game. You got to up the ante a little bit, and now you have to ride to explore more. So for the basketball player, you start from square one, but then now you're flowing. Don't get comfortable. Now you need to ride to explore. You need to learn more. Every day you need to be learning. And so I have 2 spokes. I have 2 wheels with spokes, and there's 8 pieces of them, right, of each wheel, dribbling, passing, shooting, IQ, film, study, assess and edit, all those things. And what you'll see is in these wheels, all you have to do is really push the button and that curriculum will come up, whether it's passing, whether it's shooting, whether it's IQ tests, whatever. It's going to all be there for you as a package to be the holistic basketball person, whether you're a player or a trainer.
Gotcha. Well, it all sounds very good. I know that you and I have already been talking about some of those aspects in the wheel, you know, all of the different things you've been working on. I know it's going well from that standpoint. Is it something that people can expect to come out soon? Is this kind of still in the works thing to be looking at down the road, or do you have any idea when people are going to be able to look into this?
We're looking at launching it next month.
Okay.
I'm going to fine tune some stuff
December?
there. Yeah, and there's still one more part that I haven't mentioned, but that's called the midwife stage, and the midwife stage is for my parents. And for people that know what a midwife is someone that comes when you're giving birth to something, to your child or whatever. They come in to help you. And I've created a curriculum for my parents, and I want my parents to be...
So the parents of the players.
That's right. The parents
Gotcha.
of the players are going to be the midwife for me, because these are my kids. These are my players. And I need to teach them proper way to speak to their children, the athlete. Not teach them how to be a parent, but teach them how to be an athletic parent. The parent of an athlete. And what they say is critical. Their body language, their approach, all of that matters. And I have a curriculum. It's called Midwife for the Parents. It's also a 6-week curriculum, and I think it's going to be enjoyable for them, but also a great way to teach them how to be better for their children. I think every parent wants to be the best for their child, and we're going to give them an outlet through my eyes and through my experiences with the game of basketball.
Awesome. Well, down to the parents, sounds like you got all the bases covered. This all sounds great. I know that people are going to be excited to get their hands on this, and I know that, for me and you, we're going to be putting stuff out there about this, leading up to the launch and everything else. So I would just encourage everyone to follow along. Basketball Movement and Rob Yanders, you on Instagram, stuff's going to be out there. So I think people are really going to be able to get a lot of good out of this. So I'm excited.
Hey, I'm really excited, and Will, I want to thank you for coming on to the Rob Yanders Better Vibin.
Love it.
Thank you for all you've done, and I want everybody to stay tuned for the Rob Yanders two-wheel total player approach. I'm looking forward to this. It's the evolution. I'm ready to make players evolve and become the ultimate. I'm looking so forward to this. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. This is Rob Yanders. I'm out.